Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Planet for Tech. I hope you all are doing great by learning and doing practical with all the episode of this series Laravel Beginner to Master. So guys, till now we have completed 11 episode of this series and today in the episode 12 I am going to describe you the new concept of the Laravel project. So here we are going to understand the Laravel request life cycle. We are going to understand like how the Laravel project get initiated, means what is the entry point and what are the different phases from where this request goes and how we get the response there. So this request life cycle is very much important to understand because if you want to put some logic in between your request life cycle, so you will be able to do that once you will know all the request life cycle. So there are few phases to which all the request goes away. So we are going to cover all those different phases by which the requests go through before executing the controller method codes. So let's start by looking those phases. What are those different phases of the request Laravel request lifecycle? So let's start that. So guys, here you can see I have created this flow chart just to demonstrate like how this request goes one by one with what steps and what files are responsible there to execute that phase. So you can see it is very easily understood here. So in this first stage, you can see here. So user. So user means VR when requesting something from the URL, that is the HTTP request. It creates the HTTP request, then this request goes to the web server. So when we talk about the web server, mean the place, it is the Apache or the Nginx, you can say it is the place where we have installed our PHP application. Like in your local host, you basically use the WAMP or XAMPP. So that WAMP and XAMPP is creating that environment, or you can say the place for server. So this is the web server. Now after the web server, you can see the request goes to the public index.php. So in the Laravel project, you can see, one moment, let me show you. In every Laravel project, you will find there is a one public folder. Here you can see in the this project. So you can see there is a one public folder. So inside the public folder, you will find one index.php file. So that request goes to that particular public index.php file. Then after where it goes, so it goes to the autoloader file. So which is this autoloader is the most important because it is the place from where the loading of all the classes and all the you can say services getting started. So this is where, so this is under the bootstrap folder. You can see there will be the one autoload.php file showing you in the code here. So you can see here, so we have the bootstrap folder. So in that there is a one autoload app.php, you can see here. So some project or lower version of Laravel can have other you can say the bootstrap.autoload.php, but as we are using the Laravel latest version 9, so it is using the app.php. So this app.php is doing that role. It is loading all the classes. You can see here it is creating the instance of that complete application. This app is instance, and after that you can see it is just creating all these kernel singleton object, and you can see here other objects are also getting created. So this way the instance of app is getting created with the help of this bootstrap app.php. So this is the place because this bootstrap autoload.php, you will find it in the lower version of Laravel, but here in the 9 it is replaced with the app.php. So after this, what it does, so after this you can see there is a bootstrap start .php. So it goes to this start.php. Then after you can see there is a bootstrap app.php. So here you can say bootstrap autoload.php and bootstrap startup start.php. So these two steps are removed in the Laravel latest version. So here directly it is starting from the bootstrap app.php. So it comes here directly, and after the bootstrap app.php it goes to the app http kernel.php. So guys, here you have to make sure you have to make a note about this kernel.php, what this kernel.php is basically. So like in a operating system, when we read the operating system, so we find that there is a one kernel which provide the interface between the operating system and the hardware. So in the same way, the role of kernel is kind of mediator, you can say. So whatever project we have developed in the Laravel, and we are sending some requests. So this kernel is what? This kernel is creating that, you can say, the mapping between the request and the kernel and the project. So whatever request uh, from we just request from the browser, so that goes to this app http kernel.php. For web request, there is this kernel.php is inside the http folder. I am showing you in the code itself. So you can see here in under the app you will find a http folder. So in the http folder you will find this kernel.php. So this kernel.php is nothing but, you can say, it is having the reference of all the middleware. You can see here middlewares, what middleware our application is using, and you can see we have the middleware group as well. So middleware group means we are just grouping the middlewares, like these middlewares are going to be applied for the web group and these are just going to be applied for the API group. And the similar way you will find the route, you can see routing middleware. So this route middleware is very much important because whenever you are going to create some route and you want to provide some security on that route, so like let's suppose you have one login module and you want to restrict some of the pages, some of the routes with the with the auth middleware. So that time it is very important to know about the route middleware. So in the route middleware we just need to register that, you can say, the middleware which is going to check the authentication of user, and we can we can provide the restriction to particular URL. So this way the use of kernel.php is there. So for every request, whatever requests are coming from the browser, that is going to this kernel.php here. So in the after this kernel.php, it goes to the service providers register. So it just check like if we have any service providers or not. If it is there, so it looks for that service providers. Otherwise, it passes this step to the next step, that is the service providers boot. So it goes to the service provider boot. Let me show you that file there here in the VS Code. So you can see here in under the HTTP folder we have middleware, we have controller, but after this HTTP in the app folder, you will find the providers. So in the providers, we have this much of service providers: app service provider, auth service provider, broadcast service provider, event service provider, and route service provider. So this service provider comes by default when you start the new Laravel project. However, we can create the custom service provider as well, but till now when you start the Laravel project, so this set of service provider you will find, and we will soon we will learn the how to create app service provider, how to create other custom service provider. So those we are going to learn very soon in the coming episodes. Now just see here what the code is having app service provider. So you can see, so for every app service provider is going to have some method. These are the very you can say predefined method, the register and the boot. So in the register we just register the services what we want to be executed, and in the boot also we need to put some line of code just to get it executed. So we will cover these two register and boot method when we are dealing with the service provider, custom service provider. So there we will discuss in lot. So for now you can understand like the request goes this way. So it goes to the service provider and then after it goes to the dispatch request by router. So with the help of the router we just it just understand like what route we are requesting from the URL. So that route goes to the router mapping. So wherever we have given the routing, like in the previous episode, if you want you can see last time we have created few writes in the web.php folder, web.php file, you can see. So in these routes, there is a web.php file. So in this web.php, we basically create some route mapping. So those route mappings comes here in this phase. You can see here. So this is the router, which is route.php. You can say web.php, and there it finds the proper mapping, like which route maps to the which controller. You can see here. So here you can see like this uh, slash, you can say by default route. It is a default route as well. So it is mapping to the home controller index method, and the similar way there is a contact route. So this is just mapping to the contact us method of this controller. So this mapping it finds and it compares like the mapping is available or not. If this mapping is not available, then simply it returns 404. Let me show you, is it showing or not. So you can see here we have only two mapping slash and this slash contact. What happen if I'm going to pass anything else like that? Let me show inquiry. So definitely, so it is showing like 404 not found. So from where this message is coming, so you can see here. So when we requesting, so it goes to the route mapping and it looks for the slash inquiry, but it not found that matching here. That is why it is returning you 404 status. That is the not found status. So after this routing, it goes to the controller and its action. So this controller is what you can see here, the controller what we have created like this. You can see in the last episode we have created this controller. So this is the controller and all these methods are called as action of this controller. So here you don't have to worry about like what this action is. This action is nothing but the, you can say, the methods of the controller. So here in the our example we have the controller, home controller, but this controller is having two methods. So these are nothing but the action. So this is the index action and this is the contact us action. So these actions and controller mapping we basically do in the web.php, that is the routing place. Now let's see the next phase. So you can see after knowing the controller and the action name, it calls the particular view. So you can see in the example, like we know like this route is going to call this home controller contact us method. So after looking there, we can understand like this action is just passing these parameters to this particular view. So after the controller action, there is a view. It is get connected there. The next step is, you can see, so once the view is prepared, so it is just displayed to the user. So this way guys, this http response complete. So http request start from this phase and follow this all steps and goes from this step, and after that you can see finally it comes back as the response to the browser. So guys, this much for steps it follows every time whenever we request something to the Laravel project. So this is the what request life cycle of Laravel project, and this is a most frequently asked question in the interview as well. So guys, if you are fresher to Laravel, so don't forget to make it memorize properly, and because we don't know like from which step interviewer will ask the question, so you have to prepare in a 360-degree. So you will be able to reply all those questions here if you are following our all the episode from the beginning. So for this episode this much guys, and in the next coming video, next coming episode, I am going to describe you some new topic. So in the next coming episode, definitely I will describe you some new topic of the Laravel. So for this, we have already understood like Laravel request lifecycle, what this is and how much steps are there in the Laravel request lifecycle. Request and entry point. So entry point is was public slash entry.php. So for this video, this much guys, and if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notification for the latest videos. And if you like our efforts, don't forget to share it among your friends as well. If you have any question or query, or if you guys want like we should create a new channel, we should create the new series, so please mention in the comment section and we are going to work on that as well. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this